Hey everybody. I had a thought. I know. I have lots of thoughts. And could have been an ADD thought, it could have been all sorts of stuff. But this initial thought is about testing. I have to go through it every 6 months. And so I thought I'd run you through the first test and the second test and what to expect in this and the last test I took, which was just the other day. So my very first test, I said before that I took blood, I did stool, and I did a saliva test. So the blood test was 32 vials of blood. I did at the hospital, close to the clinic when I was there. I did a stool test. I think I actually did two stool tests for the original one. One immediately that day, and then one, like, I think the following day. I don't remember. And then I did, when I got home, where I was staying at the time, I did, to check my cortisol, I did a saliva test, which is these little vials I spit in up to a certain amount on this little vial, and I have to fill it up to that line. And it was so many times a day, so many days in a row. They wanted to test, and I had to freeze it and then send it away. And so what they're testing for was, my cortisol level, which showed, like, if this is the high chart up here, and normally it goes like this, and it runs kind of like a ski slope, like that. And this is 4, and here is like 2 and 1, and continues out like that. I was like at a -1, and I went up to like a -0.5, and I just kind of like tapered off. That's the way I used to be. The last test they did so my last test, not this time, I just did this week, but the last results showed me it mimicked up here, and it just kind of like followed it exactly. So it means I'm getting energy from food, so my body's healing, which is great. And I feel it. I feel much better. I feel fantastic. I like to use that word. I feel fantastic. I did another exact duplicate test of the first test. Not 32 vials of blood. I think the next time I took like 15, I think. I did do one stool sample. I did a cortisol test, the saliva test, and that was 6 months after. And then I did it again. And now here it is. It's time. I had a test this last weekend and yesterday, or day before, my blood test, and I did my stool sample. But my saliva I don't do anymore because they said that's fixed. And in 6 weeks or so end of February, I'll go see my doctor again, and they'll give me the test results. And so that's kind of how it goes. I got tests 6 weeks, 8 weeks or so, and then I get to go see for the results. And that's my process for the rest of my life. Well, I don't know if it's really going to be the rest of my life, but until the doctor says, hey, we don't need to see anymore, your body's finally in balance and healed, and this is your new life. I really don't know what that's going to be like. He said the other day, and I mentioned this before, that like I was down here and now I'm up here, and he was going to put me up here somewhere. But the difference between here and here has been night and day. I can't imagine feeling any better than this, and he says it'll be even better. So I don't really know what to expect, but if the small price to pay is an inconvenience of taking a bunch of tests and taking some supplements and injections or whatever and prescription vitamins, then I'm all for it. So the point of this video is just to let you in on a little glimpse of, what my testing is like, of what I go through. I don't know exactly what your story is going to be and what you're going to be going through, but the frequency may be similar. You may be every 6 months, you may be every year, you may be a similar test. If it doesn't make any sense to you and you don't know why they're doing it, be smarter than I was and don't question it, because the results are going to be, they'll speak for themselves. And then every 6 months, for me, it's like a goal. I want to get from this level to this level, so I see if I improve from here to here, and I just stay the course until I get to that. I really wish it was more frequent. I wish it was like every week, so I could chart it and see how much better I'm doing, or if I make a mistake, if it really drops me down or brings me back up. I'd like to see it like that in real time, but that's not going to happen. I'll just satisfy with it what it is. So that being said, get tested, or go find a doctor, go get set up and get tested, and let's talk about this. See you on the next one.